This is breaking news for 10,000 News. August 4th, 1914. We have important information from the president and for the people.
The United States of America is taking a neutral position in the open seas of our neutral territories. As a maritime nation, we will maintain this position and will not take side in the European dispute.
Since the assassination of Austrian Archduke Ferdinand on July 28, 1914. Archduke, your time is done. Die! He's dead! Ooh! Yeah! Yeah! Ooh, he's dead! In your face! Pressure has been put on President Wilson to support either the Central Powers, Germany and Austria, or the Allies, France, England, and Russia. Pressure has been also put on us, American people.
Welcome, I am President Wilson, and this is our story about the Great War. Please enter me, Congressman Davis. We are here to talk about the Great War, the war that ends all wars. Take it out.
How are your views?
Well, my views have to be, we have the strongest allies, and we also have some of the weakest. If we merge together, we can be victorious.
And now that's how America is. And what do you think caused this?
Well, what I think caused it was the Menti ship destroyments from Germany themselves.
And do you think the main cause of the sunken was the Lusitania?
Yes. I do, because that was our main concern in 1915. And that triggered us. Destroyed us.
What do you think we could do to help us win the war?
Well, I think if we merge with our allies and don't argue and get all the equipment ready to deploy and get a strong army, we have a chance to win.
And what do you think side we should choose to be on?
I think we should choose our allies just because they are our allies and we should be with them no matter what. If they need help, we'd be there.
How would we choose our allies?
We would choose everyone. If one of them needs help, we help them. If one needs help at certain times, we split our troops and we help every single one of them.
An estimate, how many people would you think would volunteer for this job?
I say volunteers will be close to 3 million, and I bet we would draft around 1 million.
Good, and how many people do you think will be in that war?
I highly expect there to be over 3 million in the war fighting. It's going to be, if we lose as many as we think, it's going to be a great totality and it's going to be a great fate, which we don't want happening. We want as many troops as we can and want them to live as long as they can within the war.
And do you think us being in the war will help our allies win?
Yes.
What do you think is our most pro, as you would call it?
For allies, I would have to say our strongest ally would have to be France, just because they have a very strong army and are very trustworthy and been there for a while.
Well, Mr. President, what do you think about the trenches that they have?
Well, I don't like the idea of trenches, but it's very much safer than open field battles.
So what do you think would be the worst thing about it?
Probably the worst thing about them is gonna be the diseases and areas to eliminate waste.
What do you think will be the most hurtful disease?
Probably trench foot, because it decays your foot from the outside in and just destroys your skin.
And what do you think is the best thing about the trenches?
The best thing about the trenches would probably be the safety of our troops, because within the trenches they are safe from not as much aerial attacks but ground attacks.
How do you expect to protect yourself from aerial attacks?
Well, one thing is, if you're in a trench, you need a gas mask, because you never know when there's gonna be gas that's thrown into your trenches.
And should you always have it on you or near you?
You should at least have it near you. On, like, close to you is the best.
And how many gas masks do you think one person should have?
Honestly, I think they should have 3, just in case maybe one rips or one breaks, or if they misplace them. They should always have a spare.
And what do you think you'll do for supplies like water and food?
We will try to give them as much food and water as we can, and we need to make sure that none of the food and water gets contaminated. If the food and water gets contaminated, all our troops are going to be wiped out clean.
And what's the most cautious thing you're thinking of in the war?
The most thing I'm thinking of is, if we're going into the war, are other people going to attack us from our inner country? Are they going to come to us and start a war here in America?
Since the assassination of Austin. Restart.
The United States of America is taking... What? Oh, restart. Welcome. I am here with Congressman Davis, and I am President Wilson. And its positions and will not take part in the European war. Hold on, wait, I'm not ready. The United States of America is taking a neutral position in the open seas of our neutral territory. As a maritime nation, the United States will maintain its position and will not take sides in our European dispute. The United States is taking a natural...
Why is it so funny?
I can't...
I've been assassinated.
That wasn't me, that was him that time. Because in one of my things I was like this. I was like, yeah!
Alright.
Sure has also been put on the U.S. American people. Anchorman gone wild!
Alright. I'm the president. Here with Congressman... What's your name? That's my name! To discuss whether or not
do you know what's worth fighting for when it's not worth dying for? Does it take your breath away and you feel yourself suffocating? Does the pain weigh out the price and you look for One break your heart inside, you're in ruin.
Here, put this side. Fight the side.
Lay down your arms, give up the
Thank you.
fight. 1, 21
Third time mission.
throw up your arms into the sky. You and
Positions and will not take sides in the European
when you're
dispute.
at the end of the road.
What?
And you lost
you didn't do
all
good.
sense of control. And your thoughts have taken their toll. When your mind breaks the spirit of your soul.